Illustration 19 AS7 construction contracts from study material page 544. Assume a rupees 10 lakhs contract that requires 3 years to complete and incurs a total cost of rupees 8 lakh 10,000. The following data pertain to the construction period. So they have given 3 years details, year 1, year 2 and year 3. Cumulative cost incurred to date. So this is the cumulative cost. Okay, estimated cost yet to be incurred at year end. So year 1, if we take cumulative cost incurred to date is 3 lakhs, means as on that day 3 lakhs is the amount they have spent on the contract. Estimated cost yet to be incurred at year end means till the completion of the contract they may require to spend another 6 lakhs. Progressive billings made during the year 2 lakh. But these are the billings made by the contractor to the contractee, and collection of billings is what they have received the amount 1,50,000. Same way for the year 2, year 3 the details has been given. And if you see at the year end, year 3, estimated cost yet to be incurred at year end is nil because the contract is completed. So there will be no estimation of cost as the total cost fully will be available here as cumulative cost incurred to date. The firm seeks your advice and assistance in the presentation of accounts keeping in view the requirements of AS7. So we have to prepare workings as how much revenue they have to book, how much cost they will book, what is the profit element they will show, and the disclosure part. So recognition, measurement and disclosure is what we have to present it in our solution. So starting with particulars, year 1, year 2, year 3, all the 3 columns will make together. So starting with initial amount of revenue agreed in contract. This is the contract price. So contract price was at the start decided at 10 lakhs. So this is the contract price. So initial amount of revenue agreed in the contract is 10 lakhs. No variation. Variation is an escalation cost. If there is an escalation clause, then there will be some amount. So there was no escalation clause plus nothing. There is no variations. So nil it is. So actual contract revenue, total contract revenue is 10 lakhs. Now cost incurred, contract cost incurred. So cumulative cost incurred for year 1 is 3 lakhs. Okay, this is what actual cost has been incurred to date. And then estimated cost yet to be incurred at year end. So this is 6 lakhs which is the estimation. So total estimated cost is 9 lakhs. So why we are finding this 9 lakhs? Because to find the percentage of completion, the formula for percentage of completion of contract is equal to cost incurred to date divided by cost incurred plus estimated cost till completion multiply by 100. This is the formula. So cost incurred to date for the year 1 is 3 lakh, which is the incurred to date, means it is a cumulated one, is 3 lakhs. Estimated cost yet to be incurred at year end is 6 lakhs. So we can say our formula, if we substitute all these amounts in this our formula, so it will be 3 lakhs is cost incurred to date divided by cost incurred to date is 3 lakhs plus, so if I put it in the formula I will write like this, 3 lakhs divided by 3 lakhs into plus 6 lakhs is what the estimation multiply by 100. Okay, multiply by 100. So this is what they have presented here, and they got the answer as 33.1/3%. So this is the percentage of completion for the year end. So on this basis if you book the revenue, means 1/3 of 10 lakhs you have to book the revenue. Okay. So first we will, this working is related to only calculation of percentage of completion. So we'll name it as calculation of percentage of completion on the contract. Okay. So first year we found. Second year, here we can find the profits as we have revenue, we have costs, so profit is 1 lakh. Right. Same way for year 2. Contract price remains same as there is no escalation clause. Contract cost is given, cumulated cost is 7,20,000 and estimated cost is 80,000. So total is 8 lakhs. So 10 lakhs minus 8 lakhs, 2 lakhs is the estimated profit. And if you substitute these details in your percentage of completion formula, it becomes 7,20,000 divided by 8 lakhs. 8 lakhs is the total. If you see, cost till date plus estimated, 8 lakhs into 100. So it will give 90%. So at the year end, the percentage of completion of contract is 90%. Same way for the year third, 10 lakhs is the contract revenue. Contract cost till the date, cumulative cost is 8,10,000. Here the estimation will not be there as the contract is getting completed. So nil. So estimated cost is totally to be 8,10,000. So revenue will be 1,90,000 and percentage of completion will be 100 as the whole contract is completed. Okay. Now this was the calculation of percentage of completion on the contract. Now we will prepare how much the revenue should be booked and what is the profit element we will be recognizing in our P&L account. So starting with the up to the reporting date. Okay, for the year 1, year 2 and year 3. So up to the reporting date, what is the revenue, cost and profits you will book. So we will have 3, year 1's revenue, cost and profit, year 2's revenue, cost and profit and year 3's revenue, cost and profit. And up to the date, then we want the cumulative one. So recognized in prior year and recognized in current year. So we will understand first the figures. So we will make out how it is different. Each column is different from each other. So starting with year 1. So revenue, how much revenue, percentage of completion basis will book the revenue. So percentage of completion was 33 1/3%, which is 1/3 means 33 1/3 on our contract price. So 10 lakhs 33 1/3, it's nothing, 33 1/3%, which is nothing but 1/3 of the contract price, which comes out to 3,33,333. That is the revenue which we will book in year 1. Cost on actual basis as they have given us, 3 lakhs was the actual cost. So the profit actual is 33,333. This is the first year. So recognized in previous year will be nothing because this is the first year of the contract. So recognized in current year. Recognized in current year is what actually hits your P&L account. Is same figures will be. So year 2 revenue, we have to see the percentage of completion, which is 90%. So 90% of contract price, 10 lakhs, 90%, it comes to 9 lakhs. Cost incurred to date, cumulative cost we will take. So cumulative cost is 7,20,000. 7 lakhs. So the profit as on till up to the reporting date is 1,80,000. But in this includes some profit which we have already recognized in the previous year. So we have to remove that. So we will take this up to year 1's reporting dates, all the figures which is recognized in previous year for year 2. Okay, you will see the 3,33,330 because this is as on up to that year 2. But these are the cumulative figures. So we have to find exactly in this current period how much revenue and cost has been incurred. So we will net it out with the previous year's figures. So 9 lakhs minus 3,33,333, you get 5,66,667 is the revenue. So yours 9 lakhs minus, this is 9 lakhs minus 3,33,333, it will give you 5,66,667. Same way for the cost, 7 lakh 20 minus 3 lakh will give you 4 lakh 20,000. And same way for the profit. So this is the actually what will hit your P&L account for the year 2. These figure will only reflect in your year 2 P&L. Third year. So year 3 whole contract is completed. So the contract revenue will be the whole contract price. Cost incurred is the cumulative cost, which was 8 lakh 10,000 and 1 lakh 90,000 is your profits. So cumulative profits which were recognized in previous year is nothing but you take out these figures and put it here. Now net it off. 10 lakhs minus 9 lakhs is this year's current year's revenue, current year profits and current year costs. This is what it will be appearing in your current year's P&L account, which is year 3's P&L account. Okay. So first we have to prepare the calculation of percentage of completion on the contract. Second, how much contract revenue profits to be booked, which will be recognized in our P&L account. And now the disclosure part. Disclosure part, we have to just understand what all should be shown. So you have to mug up this list as what all items will be appearing in your financial statements. So first will be coming the contract revenue, then the contract expenses, then the profit. These all figures you will be getting in your calculation sheet which you have prepared earlier. Okay. So if you see year 1, 3,33,000 is what we got here. So year 1, 3,33,000 is, you can see here this recognized in current year, this figure, this, or you can take up this because this is the cumulative figures which is up to the reporting date should be appearing in disclosures. So this is what you will see here. So contract revenue, contract cost and profit recognized. Then contract cost incurred. Incurred is actually spent. You may not have recognized the whatever the contract cost you have recognized may not be incurred. Some may be outstanding. So incurred is actually spent. So that amount only will appear here. Contract cost that releases to future activity recognized as an asset. There is nothing such item. So nil. This is the way of disclosure. So this itself you have to remember the list and you have to present it in same way. If any figures are not there in your question, you may write it nil. Like this is not there in this question. So you can put it nil. Progress billings, it's given in the question here. Progress billings, 2 lakh, 7 lakh, 40, 60,000. That itself will appear here. Unbilled contract revenue. This is the net figure. Like our contract revenue is 3,33,333, but we have got only 2 lakhs. So unbilled contract revenue is 1,33,333. So netting off, if you see this number 1 minus number 6, I can see this number 1 and this number 6, isn't it? Advances, you can get it in the question. Advances 1,50,000, 6 lakhs is what? It's given in the question. These figures, the advances are given in the question. Contract cost incurred and recognized in P&L account, less recognized loss. So again, this you can find it here. 333, 9 lakhs, 10 lakhs. Recognized is the same figures here. Gross amount due from customer, gross amount due to customer. So this is the difference. This is these figures here. So due from, due to is advance. We got more than actually we should have received. So if you see 9 lakh in the year 2, progress billing was 9,40,000, but revenue was only up to 9 lakhs. So 40,000 is what we extra received. So it is due to customer, we have written it. Okay, and the retention money. So retention money, okay, so year 1, year 2. So year 2 is again same contract revenue, you will find it here 7 lakh 20, 1 lakh. Okay, incurred is same because there is no other figures given, like spent is different and recognized is different. Actually cost is different and incurred is different. Such the question doesn't include anything information like this, so both figures are same here. This will be nil. Progress billings, again in the question it has been given 9 lakh 40. If you see 7 lakh 40 plus 2 lakh 9 lakh 40. Okay, unbilled contract revenue minus progress billings. So unbilled is not there because progress billings itself is more than your contract revenue, so nil. Actually it is gross amount due to customer 40,000. If you see, it's reflecting here. Okay, advances 6 lakhs, again you can go to this collection of billings 6 lakhs you can see. Okay, and retention is 1,90,000. Retention is here. Okay, next contract revenue full amount, expenses, these figures you can get from here. This is here as I explained. Again the contract cost incurred is same as the contract expenses. This is nil. Progress billing will be the full amount of contract revenue. Unbilled nil. Advances full amount. Okay, here it will become nil as now the account will be settled here. Due from customer, here due from customer because 10 lakhs unbilled is fully. Okay, so nil, and gross amount due from customer is 10 lakhs. Okay.